sure if you can see this or if it's framed up right. I'm hoping it is. Anyways, I'm here today to put some top feeders on my beehives to get a feeding in. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got 2 brand new nukes, 5 frames. I want to see if there's larvae in the comb and check for the queen if I can find them. Anyways, when I'm done with that, looking at each of the frames and checking for larvae and the queen, I'm going to put top feeders on and fill it with sugar water. Okay, so here we go. Okay, first thing I do, I find a big old spider. Get him out of there. Looks like we got a lot of activity. More than I saw when I came in about a week and a half ago. But okay, so we're going to just go through each frame, see what we can find. It's going to take a while, so sorry for such a long video. Right now, their propolis has got the frames stuck together, so I'm just breaking the frames loose so I can pull them out. Not too much trouble. I don't want to kill too many bees doing it. Looks like they're getting slightly aggravated. And you notice I'm not using any smoker. That's not because I don't want to. I just forgot the lighter and I'm too lazy to go get it. But anyways, here we go. So what I'm basically doing is I'm looking down in the comb, and this is pretty clean so far. They've drawn it out. What I mean by that is if you look at the height of the comb, they're actually doing that themselves. This was just a flat piece about 1/8 inch thick, and they drew that out by creating wax and drawing it out. But anyways, all I'm seeing on this frame is a little bit of honey in the holes. I'll just rock it back and forth. Maybe you can get a glimpse of it. But anyways, not much of anything. Slide it back in. Grab the next frame. Now every time I grab a frame, I'm trying to be careful. Just in case the queen's on it, I don't want to knock her off, or I don't want to kill any bees. But alright, frame number 2. Wow, look at there. Don't know if you can see it. But in some of the holes there's uncapped honey. And that yellow stuff in the other holes is pollen. Sorry, something caught my eye and it derailed my train of thought there. But also, if you look over here, I don't know if you can tell real good, there's 2 that are capped off, and if you look around that, there's some larger larvae in those holes, which tells me the queen's been here. So if I don't find the queen today, at least I know she's laying. Alright, we'll flip it over and check the other side. And it looks like this is all just pollen and honey. Okay. Frame number 2 of 8. First super. Each box level is called a super. This one's got a lot of activity on this one, which is good. I'm glad to see some stuff right now. I'm excited. Last time I checked this one, I wasn't sure if I had a queen or not. But look at all that capped brood. And if you look in there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's larvae in those other uncapped ones, and off to the side they store the food that they're going to feed that larvae, which is honey and pollen. I'm looking around for the queen. I don't see her. I know in the other box she's marked. Look at that, a bunch of larvae in those holes, all capped up and some wide open. Oh, there's the queen right there. Don't know if you can see her, but she's got that pink dot on her back. She's right at the top of this frame. So psyched. It's the first time I've seen the queen in this hive. So I've successfully found the queen. Oh, shut up over there. I found the queen in the other hive a week and a half ago when I opened it up, and now I found the queen in this one this time, which makes me extremely excited because I know she's here. But anyways, I've got to go through the rest of these frames. Look like we got a lot of capped and uncapped brood, honey and pollen, which is awesome. And she's working hard. 4 more frames in this one. Okay, good. More brood. Sweet. I'm so excited. Anyways, now that I've seen the queen and I've seen fresh brood, I'm confident things are well. I'm not going to go through the rest of the hive because, like I said, I found what I wanted to know. Is she laying? Is she here? Answer is yes to both of those questions. My chickens seem to want to be a star in this video, but anyways, they free range. I don't have a fence around my chickens at all. I used to, but you know what? I find that they're happier without the fence around them. So we're, I don't know, maybe 50, 70 yards from their area, and we just decided to walk over here and pass them. Alright, so I cleaned off a few bees so I don't crush them when I put the lid on. Looks like a couple more over here. Like I say, this agitates them, but should have brought the smoker, but I'm too lazy to go back and get the lighter. Anyways, there's the top feeder. I'll show you what it is. It's basically a frame with a pail, essentially, and this is like a little gooseneck here that the bees will come from the hive. They'll crawl up here and then they'll crawl down the side, and it's got a texture on it so they don't slip and fall in and drown. But anyways, this will be filled with sugar water. I'll do that now in the other one. The ratio for this time of year is 2 to 1, so it's by weight, not by gallons. So if I have 1 gallon of water, you know 1 gallon of water equals 8 pounds. So I have to put 8 pounds of sugar in 1 gallon of water. I'll pour, I don't know, about half the syrup in there. A little more. The reason why I'm doing this is because I was using front feeders, and there's some sort of varmint around this dog kennel that I keep the beehives in that keeps coming in and knocking it off every single day. I don't necessarily like these top feeders because when I want to get in and inspect my hive, I've got to lift a couple gallons of freaking slop around, and I generally spill it. So okay, the bees got a little comb built on the underside, and like I say, it's going to be tight and I don't want to kill them, so what I'll do is I'll rub them off. I'll set this on the other hive for a second, and I'll scrape off that honey so it sets nice and flat. Excuse me, not honey, but comb. Alright, nice and clean. Back on here. Line it up. And put the lid on. Now with those front feeders, you use this wide slot, you'll see. Now I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to use wide slot still. Okay, that one's all done, so I'm going to flip around a little bit. I don't know if you can see this one. Hopefully I'm not taking it out of frame. Anyways, now I'm going to break down the other box a little bit and see what I find here. Okay, outer cover, inner cover, and just at first glance, a little concerned. Let me adjust the camera here. I'm a little concerned. I don't see as much activity as the other hive, but as I said before, I did see the queen in this one a week and a half ago when I came and checked them. So honestly, I thought this one would be doing better. Again, breaking away the frames, they put propolis on it just to seal all the cracks, and guess what? It's like glue, kinda. I'm just breaking it apart just to make it so I can get them out real easy. It looks like these first 3 frames are still pretty bare and fresh. Alright, so bare and fresh means, yeah, there's comb in it. And this comb was actually drawn out by last year's bees, and so far this year they haven't done anything with it on that frame. And looks like the first 3 frames are the same way. Looks like there's a little bit of activity on this one, but let's check. What do I see? I see a little bit of honey, not much anything else. I'm sure that honey is the sugar water I put in there last week before the raccoon or skunk got it. Alright, well guess what? This one's all honey too. No pollen. No queen. She didn't fly off. Oh, there she is. And this is a good sign here. I'm happy because guess what? I don't know if you can see her. She's right at the top there. Again, pink dot on her back. And look here. Capped brood and larvae in the holes. So that's a good sign. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And again, being that I found it so quickly, so early, there's no need to go any further. So again, I'll put the sugar water feeder on top of this one, close it up just like I did the other one, and that's it. Thanks for joining me.